Yeah, welcome back to the Black Tornado Podcast, your home for underground metal. Today I've got a cool interview hanging out with James from Girl Dad Grind. Man, how's it going, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing well. I'm doing well. Yeah, I played you on the Grindtober episode, and
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
I had a bunch of people hit me up and say that was really unique and just like, yeah, how much they enjoyed that.
Oh, that's incredible. That's so cool. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, the whole point of that, and just like every other episode is, I like the theme shows. They're kind of cool because it puts me in a box where I can only work from so many things. And like with the grind episode, it's pulling all these different grind bands, and so many grind bands follow Black Tornado on the Instagram account. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
so I had a lot to choose from, but yours was one of my absolute favorites out of the 15 because I
That's
agree
too
with
cool.
what people told me that it's really and it's just really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, it's that song was like probably one of the first songs that I had ever really done. And so basically, I used to play in a lot of bands back in the day, and then I got out for a while. I got really busy with my career and all that. But then after my daughter was born, and I kind of needed to have a creative outlet for things. And we had a really actually a pretty traumatic pregnancy and all that stuff. So a
Hmm.
lot of crazy stuff went down with that. My daughter was born 4 months premature. She was 23 weeks, so she was
Oh,
like a pound when she was born.
yeah. Yeah.
And so she
I
spent like
was too.
four.
Funny
Oh
enough.
really? Oh crazy, man.
Preemie baby.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, so she was really she was micro preemie. She was in NICU for 4 months.
Oh
My
yeah, they had me
son.
with the tubes in the
Yeah.
in the
Okay,
incubator. Yep.
crazy.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a hell of a thing, man, to witness.
I mean, obviously I have no memories of it, but I've seen plenty of photos of
Oh,
myself with more tubes you got. I
yes.
look like Weapon X Wolverine, man.
Yeah.
Just like 1,000 tubes, and I'm in this little box.
Yeah. I don't think that you can describe it any better than that, right?
No,
Yeah.
and the crazy thing is I still they're not very visible, but nobody can see me pointing. But here and here,
Uh-huh.
really faint, you can the tube scars are
Yeah. So
there.
my daughter had a tube in her chest, right, kind of going
Uh-huh.
up, and
Yeah.
she still has like the big scar. They said that it would go away, and then she has scars on the back where they had done surgery and had to cut into her.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
said that those will go away. They won't grow any bigger. Nah, man, they're just like
I
gnarly.
mean, I'd like to say that they'll fade because mine have faded, but they're there.
Yeah, they're
Of course, I
there.
have a
Yeah,
bunch of tattoos, so it's it kind of
right.
blocks them a little bit. But no, you
Yeah, I
can
hear you.
see them. So your daughter, she was like the catalyst of Girl Dad Grind.
Yeah. So after that, and then so my wife she was pregnant with twins at the time, and so I
Okay.
had a boy and a girl, and unfortunately my son didn't make it, so that's kind of why I made the song "Death of a Son." It's kind of venting
My
about
my
that.
condolences. I figured at some point you may get into the hows and whys of that. I didn't want
Yeah,
to ask. I did kind of make an assumption on my own, but I
right.
thought I'll
Yeah.
only say something if he
No,
brings
totally,
it up.
totally, totally. Yeah, no, it was that, and then the 4 months of my daughter, and then a couple of times we almost lost her, and just the whole battle, and then kind of seeing her, all the stuff she had to go through. She had laser eye surgeries and all this stuff, and then she just thrived, and eventually there's one time that she was really sick. They wasn't gonna make it. They had her on this like oscillating vent,
Okay,
and
yeah.
it was not doing it, and they're like they called us in like, well, we're having conversations about what we're going to do, how much care, when do we want to pull the plug,
Oh,
that those conversations, right, like we're
yeah.
thinking that this is the last
This is
time that we're
it.
going to be, yeah, and so we're making those plans, and she had this other doctor comes in, and he was like, you know what, take her off that vent. That vent was what I understood was supposed to be the most helpful,
Hmm.
right? And he's like, take her off that vent. Let's put her on a standard vent. Let her fight for it. And they did. They put her on a standard vent. Dude, she turned around,
Wow.
miraculously turned around and made and like just like nothing had happened. She got right back
Wow.
on track. She just fought for it, dude.
Oh, that's phenomenal. I mean, and
Yeah,
that's really is a hell of a story.
it is. It's. I mean, it's one of those things where like it's almost hard to even really talk about it because like it's like, did I really live it?
I
Because
could
it's
only imagine. Sure, sure,
you know what I mean? Because it's like a big blur, right? And
right.
it's just so much of like we were there every day, and what's really sad is there was some other kids that were there, and like their parents like never showed up for them. And so
Wow.
like how can you expect your kid to live? It's all about what you put into it, right? So like your kids there, give the energy. You know what I
I
mean?
couldn't imagine leaving. I'd be
Exactly.
sleeping on the floor.
Oh, it's hard to leave. It's hard to leave,
I'd
but you
buy an
have to,
inflatable air mattress and say, "All
right?
right, I'm posting up over here."
Yeah. But
You
I
know.
mean, we got real lucky, dude. She recovered. She got better. She got stronger. Um,
And
you
now she
know,
is the greatest grind
yeah.
vocalist to be featured on Grindtober. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes. Everyone's favorite. That's the like I told you before we started recording. That's the band that I got the messages for. Is Girl Dad Grind. That's the
Nice. That's
band that
so
got the
cool.
messages. Other people, all these other bands are cool, but nope. Girl Dad Grind. That's the
Oh,
one
that's
that stuck
awesome.
out.
Awesome. Yeah.
And
So,
and for me too. That's the one where I'm sitting there and I probably have okay, so I played 15, so I probably had in the realm of 35 to
hmm
maybe 40 bands to choose from. And there was a couple that I knew, like Godstomper, because I've been listening to them for a long time, so I wanted to
yeah.
play. And then it started going away from the ones that I automatically knew to ones that I either talk with the people on Instagram or I've found them through Bandcamp and I like them.
hmm
But Girl Dad Grind from the beginning was in no matter what out of the
Oh, that's
15.
awesome,
Yeah,
man.
you,
That's
you
so
guys
cool.
you guys were coming in. So
Wow.
uh it was cool and I'm really happy. Again, I've said this on previous episodes before. When people contact me and tell me how much they enjoyed a certain band, it just
Uh,
makes me happy because kind of pat myself in the back, but like, hey, I'm the reason you heard that band.
yeah, that's
Like I,
cool.
I
That's
put that
cool.
out there for you.
That's
Uh,
so awesome,
yeah,
man. That's such a cool thing to do. Yeah, I mean, I don't, I've never really expected many people to really, kind of, get into it. It wasn't really when I wrote that song. That was like the first thing I did. Like I said, I just picked up the guitar for after like almost a 10-year hiatus. I wasn't, um, wanted to learn recording and stuff. I needed something to do while I'm taking care of my daughter, right? And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like throw myself into this and start making riffs. And I just like whipped it up one day, just came up with a little chromatic riff, and I was like, I need something. I was like, I'm just gonna record my daughter here, with the microphone and just have her just
yeah.
say stuff, and then I just edited it all in, and it's really more like a labor of love, right? Just for her and for us as like a you know point in time, and it's cool that people connect with it. I
Yeah,
never
it
really
turned out
expected that.
fucking awesome, man. People
That's
are
crazy.
into it. I'm into it. I want
Yeah,
to promote it. That's why I wanted to have you on so that
that's so cool. That's so weird, but it's cool.
people skip Grindtober for whatever reason. They can
Yeah,
hear a few tracks today. So
nice.
we'll
Yeah,
get
go back and
into
check
it.
it out.
So one thing that you have going for you that I really like is I love the logo. So I
Oh,
wanted to
thank
know
you.
who designed that.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll send you a link to his Instagram. It's
Okay.
a Visual Defect. He does a lot of logos, and they're really cool. Like, I forgot the name of the band, but he did this one. It's probably the coolest logo I've ever seen in my entire freaking life, and I'll have to send you a link to it. But
Yeah.
it's like a Japanese grind band, and it's like cybernetic metal looking
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff, but then like chunks of meat all over it.
Nice.
This
Nice.
is it's the wildest thing. It's so cool. But yeah, he's a visual defect. He's insane.
All right.
And
Very cool. We'll have to tag him visual. That's a visual defect on Instagram.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll have to tag him because that is a great logo.
yeah, he's too good, dude. He's just the sickest guy.
And then when I
Yeah,
saw it on the shirt, I was like, shit, that's cool.
yeah, awesome, awesome. Yeah, and then it's what's amazing about him is I wanted a logo, right? And I gave him a
Mhm.
lot of leeway, but I had, he asked me, right, like, what do you like? Send me some logos of things that you like. Do you want symmetrical, asymmetrical? And he asked those questions, right? So you got to kind of think through it for a little bit, right?
Right.
And I was trying to figure it out, and I reached out, and I was talking with my friend Brad, and he's the drummer for Devourment, And he was like, dude, why don't you put like a silhouette of your girl in there? And let me pause on that
Yeah.
real quick and
Sure.
just say, one of the reasons why I'm even doing any of this stuff or like kind of getting involved in this is because of my friend Brad, because he really encouraged me to he's been kind of my cheerleader on the side and saying,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, do this, go, you're onto something, do something. So he's like been one of my biggest supporters. So it was, one of those things. We've been friends for a while, so we've kind of like helped each other out on a lot of different fronts there. But yeah, he's always supported me and kind of help encourage me to take that first step to actually put myself out there. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. He's like, yeah, just get it out there. Who cares? So he's been a good friend and supporter of that. And so yeah, and he said, put the silhouette on there. And I was like, dude, that's the sickest idea. So I hit the dude up and I said, here's what I want. I want kind of a sketchy. Doesn't matter. It can be asymmetrical. I want a silhouette of my daughter, on there, and that was basically all I said, right? And then he
Right.
sent me this, and I swear to God, he sent it, and I was like, "That's it, I'm done.
Yep.
We don't even need to redo it.
Yep.
Let's go. I'm good."
That's
But he
like
nailed
other-
it. Yeah.
That's like other graphic design artists have asked me, if I want a different logo or if I want to change, the Black Tornado design. And I said, man, Glenford kind of nailed it the first time.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at something different, at least not right now, because I just I love the way that fucking logo looks.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you got it, when you have a vision or kind of an idea of what you want, and someone takes that and puts it out there and manifests it, and you see it physically, and you're like, I'm done. We're good.
No, when you're happy and you just, all right, it's time
Yeah.
to move on to the next thing. But this
Absolutely.
part's done. Yeah, that's a great logo. So I'm glad that you shouted the
Thank you.
guy out because I had to know who did that logo because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's the super sickest, man.
I saw a video on YouTube, on your YouTube page. You were playing with your brother-in-law. It's got to be pretty cool to have another family member to jam with.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, we don't really get to jam out that often. He's busy, and he's a girl dad too, so we have that in common, right?
Sure.
And but yeah, so we talk music, and we talk guitars and stuff like that, and he's really good. So he's taught me some things, and taught him a few things about recording and stuff like that. So when we get together, we like to jam out. And so yeah, he came over. I said, bring your guitar over. Let's I got the song I'm working on.
Yeah.
I haven't really finished it yet, but it's pretty easy to play. All my stuff is easy to play. That's why I play grind, right? You don't have to be good.
Right.
So yeah, so he came over and we just, I was like, dude, you mind if I record this? It sounds cool, And he's like, yeah. So put it on there, and it was a fun time. It's like having those memories,
And you have them recorded so like your two daughters, can watch them when they get older of their dads playing together. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah. Let's take a quick break. Let's jump into some girl dad grind. This is Death of a Son. I wanted to bring up. I love the like trap beat background.
Oh, awesome.
Like that's sick. That's really cool.
Thanks.
The like haunting Manson-esque kind of vocals, and then coming back to that really nasty riff. Man,
Yeah.
that's a good jam. That's good
Thank you.
stuff.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, so kind of the trap sort of kind of stuff, kind of where it came from. So I used to be in a band back in the day when I lived in Dallas called Low Poly,
Okay.
and we were basically kind of really influenced by Atari Teenage Riot and Dirty South hip hop.
Okay.
Like, 3 6 Mafia was like so basically it
Right.
was Atari Teenage Riot and 3 6 Mafia. And so we try to combine that those styles together a little bit. So, and that was with my a good friend of mine, Travell, and the singer Jose, and that's where I actually met Brad from Devourment. At the time, he was playing in an industrial metal band called Dissection,
Okay.
and we asked him if he would play in our band for a little bit. So he played with us a little bit, and we made a demo. And then he quit us, and then it broke my heart.
Yeah, we always lose the good ones.
Yeah, as one does, right? They move
Yes.
on. So yeah, but yeah. So anyway, so um, we always put those kind of like stuff, beats in there, and like with the digital hardcore, a lot of jungle beats, and then we had like the 36 Mafia influence, and the Little John, the East Side Boys at the time, right? And
Right.
so we put that in there, and so that kind of stuff always stuck with me, right? Um,
Yeah.
like so we did that all back on the day, like a program called Acid, it was like pirated copy of Acid, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
so now I still have that like desire to make those kind of beats and stuff. And so I was just kind of messing around thinking like, no, I think I had just at the time I made that song, I had just seen Mono Lord at Psycho Las
Nice.
Vegas. And so I
Very
was like,
cool.
I was wanting to try to figure out if I can make the heaviest, fuzziest, doomiest guitar sound on earth, and then put like trap beat behind it. That's where
Yeah.
it came from.
That's
So
cool. That's cool.
yeah, and 808s and stuff like that, right? So
I was gonna
HM2s,
say because yeah,
808s.
you got the loud 808s going, and like you
Yeah,
said, it's very reminiscent of an early 3 6 Mafia track, which just makes it sound even cooler.
yeah, that was kind of what I was going for. It's like if you took 3 6 Mafia and Black Sabbath or something, right?
Yeah.
So
I noticed that so you've been featured on a couple compilations. I found a few that you're featured on, but there's one that I wanted to bring up because I think it's really important. It
mhm.
was Nervous Laughter Records put
Oh
out a
yeah,
compilation
that was a
called
good one.
Survival, and all the proceeds go to Victims First, which is a charity committed to aiding the victims of mass shootings.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that was a good one. That felt good to be on. Yeah, they put that out, asked me to be on, and I was like, dude, I'd love to. Um, and it was funny because like I'd been setting on a song for that one for a while because there was another mega comp that was supposed to come out. I think it was a part two of the one I was on before,
Okay.
and it just kind of never manifested, right? It like kind of fizzled out. I think there was like some drama behind the scenes, like all those mega comps in it. Like there's like kind of always some drama or something that derails things or whatever.
Right.
So it never happened. And so I was like, well, what am I gonna? I want to put this song out somewhere, and it just so happened that I was just tired of waiting to put it out, and Hacksaw Homicide, hit me up and was like, hey, do you want to, be on this? And I was like, yeah, I absolutely do. So, sit on the track, and the rest is history.
So they
And
reached out to you first.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, there was like a threads going around and stuff, and so they reached out, and I said, yeah, I would love to be a part of it, and made some friends from that, like Tumultuous Ruin, Damn It Dan, several other bands are on there, really cool, and so they're all doing good things, doing supporting good causes and stuff like that, so felt good. I don't really do a whole lot of kind of like the I guess advocacy in a sense, and a lot of my stuff is kind of more trying to be a little more on the funny side, lighthearted side of things.
Right.
Just making fun of being a dad and whatever. But I think it's important to kind of sometimes reach out and talk about those kind of things like that, right? Because it's all
absolutely.
that one's huge. I mean, especially I have a daughter in the school, so I worry about stuff, all the time.
Yeah, that stuff is truly terrifying.
Yeah.
No, I totally
live in fear, dude, of the world that we live in today. So
every day is a little spooky, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to be a part of a compilation that's going to support something, that's a pretty strong thing to support. So power to them. I hope it helped.
I hope it did too. Yeah, I haven't heard much, but whatever. I'm just happy to be on it and happy to support it, and
happy to be a part of it.
Exactly.
So how did you get hooked up with Owl Ripper Records?
He reached out to me as well, and I don't know. I guess he came. I don't exactly know how he came across my stuff. I don't know how people find me at all, to be honest. But yeah, he said that he was doing he puts out a compilation of music that's exactly 42 seconds long.
Now it makes compilation 15 was called 42 seconds.
Right. And so he reached out, and at the time, like pretty much everything I was doing was like short. Anyway.
Right. Well, that's good grind, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like short and to the point. I mean,
right.
Who's got time for 3 minutes of music?
Yeah. What are you trying to be, Rush? Who's got 3 minutes?
I'm not Tool.
Yeah. I'm not Tool. Like 3 minute song.
Yeah.
Going over to Grind. So that's where fans of this show found Girl Dad Grind for the first time, was the Grindtober episode of the podcast. So normally we play 5 songs, and with Grindtober I decided to go 15 because, just like we were saying, all the songs are so short that if
I did 5 songs, you'd be over in like 30 seconds.
show would be 3 minutes long and it'd be over. So I decided to go 15. And I was wondering if you listened to the whole show, A, did you find bands on there that you already knew? And B, did you find any new bands that you found interesting?
Yeah, let me pull up the list again.
I forget some of them, and I did the show.
Yeah, no, there was so the bands that I have known about already that were on there.
Yeah.
So Corpse Ooze. I talked to that dude back in the day. We were on.
That dude's cool.
Yeah, we were on a comp together, and he.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, we were on that Beef comp together. That's where I found him from, and he is just like the coolest dude in the world. So his music is super
Fat
sick.
Cooch, is it Fat Cooch? Is that what it's called? Fat Cooch compilation by Beef?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, Corpse Ooze, dude out of Syracuse.
Right, yeah. He's
cool,
super
dude.
Awesome. He's super cool dude, and his music's super sick. So yeah, I knew him.
Nice.
And then Poodator.
Poodator.
Yeah. So
dude, a quick shout out to him. That dude's awesome. He has actually helped me. He made a video explaining how the drum patterns work in FL Studios to kind of like help me out. So super props to that dude. He is the coolest.
Yeah, so I've listened to his stuff. He's super sick. So I really like his music. Disaster. Yeah, they're sick, and got some of the funniest memes out there, I swear. So
Sausage Wallet too, just those great memes.
And then of course Sausage Wallet. I can't shout that dude out enough. He's got the best memes. He's got the sickest music. He's funny.
Another very cool dude. Yeah, props to Sausage Wallet.
Yeah, so big huge props to Sausage Wallet.
That's cool. So you knew some of the bands.
And Bombazilla too.
That was closing out the show. There was so many that when I put them all in a folder together, I just clicked alphabetical, and I said, well, this will be easier for me to remember and for the listener to remember.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to do it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, all the bands were super sick. I love the episode. It was so sick. But yeah.
So did any of the bands that you weren't aware of, did anybody kind of stand out?
Yeah, and yeah, Fiend. They were really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, Fiend rules.
Reach's Discharge.
Reese's Discharge is absolute garbage. Those dudes suck. I can say it. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
I
Yeah,
can.
so
I know those. I know those clowns. I can.
nice,
Say, I
nice.
can say it's awful. They'll never be played on Black Tornado podcast again.
Yeah,
That was a gift. No, I love
nice.
Reese's Discharge.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, no,
that was
there's so
cool.
many on there, yeah.
And so
It,
many
it,
of these bands they follow. They found Black Tornado on the Instagram page,
mhm.
and I've had really good interactions with people, and it just kind of helped stack, kind of help stack the numbers of the show. And then I get to find out about all these great grindcore bands. So then the idea became that's the next theme I want to do is I want to do an all grind episode. And
Nice.
I thought, hey man, grind's pretty spooky. We got Halloween coming up,
Yeah.
so was able to knock that out. But that was a lot of fun. It seemed like people enjoyed it, and it made the pathways for things like this where I can talk to you and then you can tell, more people about your music. They can come and check you out. And
Yeah, that's
again,
cool.
it's kind of the whole point of the podcast, man, is I'm just a promotional mouth for all of these bands that I enjoy.
Right on. Yeah, it's kind of tripping. I'm actually kind of tripping out that you actually want to talk to me because I'm like, I've never done a podcast before or anything. So I'm like,
If it
who
makes you
cares
feel
about what
any
I do?
better, if it makes you feel any better, everyone says that. They all go, "Oh, I've
Yeah.
never done a podcast." I go, "Neither have I."
Yeah.
Who cares, man? It's all cool. It's all fun.
Yeah, it is cool. It is cool. Yeah. It's
That's
about making something, right? Creating,
Yeah.
putting it out there, manifesting.
It's one thing that I can say as far as like the Black Tornado community, I guess, is everybody's really supportive of all of these bands. I don't really get any negativity. Everybody that understands what the show is about also supports these bands, follows them, gives them views on Spotify, whatever. And they're
Nice.
just people that are really into underground metal. So when I can
Hell
put
yeah,
out
hell yeah.
15 bands instead of 5, it kind of grabs people's attention. Of course, even like I said, I put the list together, and as you were naming off the bands that you knew, I'm trying to remember them all in my head, and I know I skipped a couple of them.
Yeah, yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
But no, it was a lot of fun, and I may turn that into a yearly event. I may
I support that, man.
Yeah, the Halloween episode, it may turn into, Grindtober Part 2 and Part 3. And, well, as long as you guys keep listening to the show, I'll keep putting them out. Because I've always said if there's an audience, then I'll keep doing it.
Nice, nice.
So let's talk about these Misfits covers, man, because I love the Misfits.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, Misfits are near and dear to my heart, man. I mean,
when I started playing, bass, it was like Skull and Green Hell and stuff like that. Like that's kind of what I started with initially because it's pretty simple. You have to get the dexterity down, but the actual, fretting wise, it's not, it's pretty much a walk in the park, but you have to have the stamina and the dexterity to pull it off.
Right.
But
and there's those subtleties to the way the songs are played. Like I hear a lot of people play a lot of Misfit songs, and you're like it's close, but like maybe you're the riffing maybe not right or whatever, right? And it's kind of hard because like especially if you're following like Doyle, right, with the massive down picking and stuff. You want to play it right, don't do the down up stroke, right? You got to down pick that bitch.
Yeah, it's like it's like old Metallica, man, with Hetfield. It's just down picks.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's kind of where I came from.
I'd say that's probably why the Misfits and Metallica, that's probably why the history there was so close, because James is such a massive down picker that kind of makes sense in that regard.
Yeah. And that's how I learned to play too. It was like down picking because I never really thought it was like, oh, you can go up.
Right. I'm only thinking down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, I used to like back when I was in high school and learning to starting to play in bands and stuff for the first time. We just did like Misfits covers and stuff like that. So I played primarily bass. I was always a bass player back then, so I would do a lot of singing, whatever, play bass and sing for our bands and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, Misfits and bass, it's the way of life.
Absolutely, man. So how many take for your daughter? How many takes was it? Just one, and you went, "This is perfect," or did you have to go back multiple times?
No, for anything I do with her, it's just me with a microphone on and letting her ramble.
Yeah, and then you just
And
kind of dissect what you
and
like.
I just hack it up,
Yeah.
and then I'll like find things that are similar and double it up, whatever. Yeah, I just hack it up, whatever. But now that she's a little older, she's able to do like some follow commands and stuff, right? And
Yeah.
although she told me she quit the band the other day.
No.
Yeah, she said that she doesn't want to be in my band anymore. She quit.
Oh no.
She said she's retiring because all she wants to do is pop music now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Black Tornado fans, everyone cross your fingers and hope for a reunion because
yeah, it's rough.
this is
It was devastating, man.
we don't do sad news on the show. This is sad news, people. This is sad news.
Yeah, I mean
Please
it's like
comments of support so he can read these when this episode comes out. Please comments of support so we can get this band back.
gotta do it. Gotta get the band back together.
I don't want to put you guys on a dead bands episode.
Right.
I've got plans for that in the future. I don't want to include Girl Dad Grind in that list. Maybe she'll have a change of heart.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. She's set on pop music now.
Oh,
So
shame. But
the world of grind will never be the same.
that's right. Today the world of grind has changed forever.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. Let's jump into some more music. This is Rich People Hate You.
I think the problem that we've had is that people decided they didn't really want to work so much anymore through COVID, and that has had a massive issue on productivity. They have been paid a lot to do not too much in the last few years, and we need to see that change. We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40-50%. We need to see pain in the economy. We need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around. There's been a systematic change where employees feel the employer is extremely lucky to have them, as opposed to the other way around. It's a dynamic that has to change. We've got to kill that attitude, and that has to come through hurting the economy. The governments around the world are trying to increase unemployment to get that to some sort of normality. Now what we're seeing, I think every employer now is seeing it. I mean, there is definitely massive layoffs going off. People might not be talking about it, but people are definitely laying people off, and we're starting to see less arrogance in the employment market. And that has to continue. That has to continue. We need to see pain in the economy. We need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around. We've got to kill that attitude, and that has to come through hurting the economy. We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40-50%.
Yeah, another really sick beat. I wanted to ask, I think you had said earlier, but I had written this down in my notes, if you made the beats yourself and then what you used to make them, like a program.
Yeah. I do pretty much everything myself. I mean, some of the more things I just want to like just do and put out that aren't really serious or whatever.
Right.
Like just kind of silly things. I'll use some like MIDI packs, right?
Okay.
Some of the stuff out of Easy Drummer, some of the packs from that, or Uber drums, stuff like that, right? So I use some of those packs, but most of everything other than that, if it's more of a serious song, I program everything. All the like the hip hop type trap beats or whatever, those are all
Right.
done by me. It's really more like if I want realistic sounding drums, and I want something kind of quick, then maybe I'll use a pack for that. But other than that, I program all the drums myself. All the beats are definitely, all the keyboards are all done myself, and I do the guitars, do the bass, do the vocals, do the mixing, do the mastering. So it's all DIY.
Well, see,
So,
now you
yeah.
have something to fall back on. If Girl Dad Grind does not get back together, you could sell trap beats.
Yeah, exactly. I could be a SoundCloud artist.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
The man clearly wears many hats, people. The
Yeah.
man has a lot going on. He's a grindcore artist, and soon you can buy a beat.
Yep, there you go. Well, I
Hell
keep thinking
yeah.
like if I ever start like an actual real band, it'd be funny to get like a bunch of dads, and all dad band, right? And we'll call it like
Yes.
propane and the propane accessories.
Yes. Yeah, you hear about it's like the old TV trope where all the dads would get together in one guy's
Yeah.
garage, and it was always like Led Zeppelin covers and Boston covers and things like that.
Exactly.
But you
Yeah.
can do, grind.
Exactly.
This generation, instead of playing the Immigrant Song, then you're playing like a Hammer Smash Face or something.
Well, yeah. Well, we could all get together like right now. I mean, the shit that I'm going through with like the HOA here. I got a song called "Defund the HOA."
Yes.
So
when
I
you
could just be-
when you told me that was a design, I laughed, because when I was in the process of getting the place that I'm at now, I remember talking to a realtor and saying that I want to avoid the HOAs.
Yeah.
And it was really tricky because they are becoming the new norm. Is a lot of places are HOA.
Yeah.
And it's really tricky to kind of get away from that. So when you told me that was a design of yours, I started cracking up laughing. I thought that was very good.
What the hell, yeah. I'm just tired of getting violation letters in the mail. Like, they just send me one, right? Okay, you got a patch of your grass is dead, and like then there'll be a neighbor down the street with like no grass at all. And I'm
Right.
like, why are you bothering me for like a 3-foot square? But whatever, that's first world problems. But that's what I write songs about: brutal first world problems, man.
Yes. Yes. And you know what? And it's good stuff.
Thanks.
It's good stuff, man. People dig it. Like I said earlier, Girl Dad Grind, that is the band that I got the messages about. That's the band
So
when
cool.
Grindtober aired, people were like, my one friend, all caps, said that is my favorite band out of those 15. And he was the one who kind of put the idea in my head. He goes, you have to talk to this guy because I just want to hear
nice.
stories. And I was like, I thought about it for a second. I went, yeah, let's reach out and see.
Hell yeah.
See if
That's
it'll
so
work.
cool, man.
I said earlier that when I put that Instagram post up, I thought like 2 people would be interested. And I was pleasantly surprised to wake up the next day and my inbox just had like 15 different messages. And I thought that was so cool.
Nice.
It really shows that that people want to come on, which I think is great, and they want to promote their stuff, which is what I'm all about doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I find like one of the reasons why I'm even, one of the goals, not only is there to be a creative outlet for, making music for myself and just putting something out there and feeling like I made something, right?
Right.
But I want to connect with the people who have like things, right?
Sure.
It's like I just want to make friends, right? And I don't want to make friends with people that like I have nothing in common with. I want to talk to people that do things that I like to do.
Sure.
Music, grind, heavy metal, whatever,
Yeah.
slam, death, black metal. I want to talk to people who do these things. I want to learn, right? And so it's like you put this stuff out there, and when people kind of vibe with it, it's really cool. And then you build relationships, and then if there's other people doing these podcasts and finding people like that and exposing them and bringing them out there, it's like we all become, we get to meet each other. We get to meet each other and become friends. Like I might not know, Sausage Wallet personally, right? But I listen to his music. I follow him on Instagram. I feel like I know the guy, from a distance, right?
Yeah, we have this community that
Yeah.
we're all brought together under this banner of heavy music.
Right.
And like you said, there's a friendship there, and even with this show, it's turned into a show that I plug all the time, Blood in the Cornfields. They're a horror movie podcast, and they've been on here. I'm doing an episode with them.
Nice.
It's turned into, we help promote each other, and the same thing with a lot of the bands. If you guys are posting, oh, I have a new single out or a new album, I'll add it to my story so that everybody that follows me, maybe they don't follow you yet.
Right.
And so then they can see, Sausage Wallet has a split, coming out. And, the idea obviously is that I'm trying to spread the net as wide as I can.
Right.
My logic has always been that we're all eating from the same table.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to make sure that everybody has a seat and everybody has a plate.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and if one of the people in this circle of this network that we're building, right? One of those people starts to, one of those bands, podcasts, whatever, starts to rise up and get a lot of popularity. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to see. We don't want to hold people down, man. We want to see people sell high, right?
I want to celebrate every accomplishment that all of these bands go through.
Yes, absolutely.
All the good stuff. I just want to shine a light on it and go, because I've heard it from a lot of bands doing interviews in the past where they'll go, man, I put something out and the numbers were kind of low and it just kind of bummed me out because I put a lot of time and work into it.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's what I like about Black Tornado is I found it, I put it on, and now I've got people listening to it.
You control the narrative. You control what you want people. And there's plenty of people that are going to support, all the big name bands out there, right?
Sure.
Slipknot doesn't need any help.
Slipknot, Black Sabbath, they don't need the help. And
they don't need the help.
When you turn on this show, you're not hearing Sabbath and Slipknot and Slayer.
Right.
You're gonna turn it. I mean, the Philippines episode, the Italy episode. You're gonna turn it on and hear bands you've never heard of before.
Exactly. Yeah. No. I mean, there's plenty of bands that could use a little bit of extra, spotlight shine on them. To show what kind of sick, awesome music they're making. There's so much good stuff out there. So yeah, I mean, hopefully
there's great stuff out there that people won't find.
You won't even know about it.
Even if you sit on Spotify all day and you find 100 new bands, there's 1,000 more that you'll never find.
Yeah,
and they're good. Exactly. They're great bands. You don't have enough time in the day to find them all.
Mm-hmm. And there's so many good bands, in local areas, that's like, I don't know, you just need people to shine light on them. Like there's sick grind bands from San Diego, Long Beach here, Inland Empire has some of the sickest, bands. And like they're not even being talked about. I mean, they're not even, like they're so good. They're doing.
If you know any of those guys personally, man, tell them to message me, man. Send me a chat.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, if you're looking for black metal, man, there's like the band from San Diego, Druid, here, man.
Oh yeah,
these guys are awesome.
Hell yeah.
Grindcore, Gene Stiller from San Diego, Bridge Dweller from Long Beach. There's so many good bands around here. But yeah, I'll send you links of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like I said, if next year, if it turns into a thing that people want, then I'll do a second Grindtober next year. We'll play 15 new bands, and again, that was one thing that I found kind of interesting is the influx of all of these grindcore bands that were following the show. So then I thought, man, these guys are cool enough to reach out to me to say, hey, tell me they're listening to the show or whatever. Now it's time to put the spotlight on them.
That's cool, man.
And I think it worked out really well. I put 15 bands in people's faces that they'd never heard of before, probably. Mm-hmm. And again, to get those messages where people were going, Girl Dad Grind is fucking awesome. And I think I even chuckled like when I was saying it because the track title just had me cracking up. Daughter puked on the couch.
Well, she did.
Yeah.
So, and she told me that the other day. I was like, hey babe, listen to this. Someone put her song on the podcast, and I played it for her, and she was like, Dad, I do not puke on the couch anymore. I was like, no, but she puked on the coffee table last night. So that's what she did. So.
Changing areas. She wants you to know that she's growing as an artist. She's not puking on the couch, puking on the table.
That's performance art.
Yes. She's Yeah, that's like the next like basement DIY show. Is just some grindcore and somebody just puking on a table.
I'm sure it's out there.
I've watched enough like harsh noise, like Japanese harsh noise videos where
God.
the dudes are like twisting pedals, like pedal knobs, and then they're just like smashing their head into a table.
Yeah.
It's just lunacy, man. And these people are all and they draw, they don't draw 7 people. They draw like 50 some people standing around watching. And it's people enjoy art no matter what no matter what it is. There's a pot for every lid, as the saying goes. And if you put out some kind of art, somebody somewhere is going to think it's cool. I got a message that somebody enjoyed Reach's Discharge, and those morons are insane. And it's very funny. This is not the first occurrence of somebody speaking the praises of Reach's Discharge, and those people are lunatics. I know them.
That's funny.
Yeah, I think I kind of nailed everything. So what I like to ask people at the end is, what do the fans of my show need to know about Girl Dad Grind?
Oh, wow, I didn't know.
Do you have anything that's coming up, like new projects, things like that?
No, I'm just trying to make it day by day.
For sure.
I'm trying to work on a new album. I'm trying to work on an album. I only put out EPs and stuff, right? So like the last, I'm gonna call it really an EP. I just with some inside jokes between me and my friend Brad, right?
Okay.
So it was like a birthday album for him.
Nice. Oh, I heard the single. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a birthday album for him, and then and some inside jokes, like there's one. It's like the songs are so short to put them on Spotify. I had to put them all together.
Oh, and wow.
So it's like 3 songs.
Some of the songs were so short that Spotify wouldn't list it as a song.
Yeah, they wouldn't list it. They kicked the album out. Like this is more like a demo track or like a test track.
Funny.
Yeah, so like
I didn't know that they do that.
Yeah, and like I think only one song was maybe like 2 minutes long or whatever. Yeah. And so I had it was like I think like 3 ones were like I forgot even what it was, like one's like Brad hates grindcore.
Oh yeah, right.
Brad loves to hate Star Wars because like my friend Brad's always posting on like just shitting on Star Wars. He likes Star Wars, right? But he's like shitting on them all the time, all the new stuff, right?
Oh, so, sure, I understand.
So I was like, he loves to hate Star Wars. So I have my daughter say, Brad loves to hate Star Wars.
Yes.
So yeah, so there's like that, and then other than that, I've just been putting out like singles, really.
Very cool.
And haven't really had a chance to put out an album. I want to try to put out something a little bit like longer, just to say I did it. So working.
Anything new compilation wise?
No, nothing really compilation wise. I mean, I got kind of I guess a little bit turned off on them because like every comp started out with like a group chat that always ended up with somebody's a Nazi.
Oh.
or something, and then
something takes a weird turn.
Yeah, it always goes like really south, and then I was just like, I just don't want the drama, so I don't really want to be in the group chats.
See, you dealt with it in a group chat, and this is going back super old Black Tornado, and people have asked, I will never name the band, but I did an interview that never came out because while we're doing just like this, just kind of riffing, the guy took a really weird, I'll just say this, the guy took a really weird turn. Mm-hmm. And I knew that I can't put this out. I can't condone this. And I just sat there nodding my head. Uh-huh. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, we'll wrap it up. And then that was it. I said, I can't. Man.
I'll be curious to know who that is.
I'll never say. Because I know for a fact the band doesn't exist anymore, which is a good thing.
That's good.
But the thing that threw me is you wouldn't know. The imagery wasn't. You didn't see it right away, and even the lyrics, you didn't really hear it right away. And then when the guy started going on, I went, "Oh shit! I can't do anything with this. I gotta distance myself." And so that's what it turned out. So it's not funny in a ha-ha way. It's funny in a that sad way. That trying to do compilations and stuff sometimes certain people will turn.
Yeah,
that way.
it's just weird because it's like, a lot of it's, like younger kids, right? And I don't know, I got too much other shit. I got mortgages to pay and shit, right?
Yep.
So I got bigger fish to fry than worry about, Joe Blow on the internet,
Right. I'm not trying to get involved
smack.
in this nonsense.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm down. I'm always down to put like a track on a comp. I
Yeah.
don't. I'd love to. I'm all up for it. I have no problem doing it. But just don't invite me to the group chat because I don't want to know.
Yeah, just take the song and have a nice day.
Yeah.
Don't involve me in any of your nonsense.
Exactly. Like I want to be friends, but like not like that.
Yeah, please don't tell me your weird inner thoughts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
maybe we can be pals.
It's like don't tell me what you truly think. No.
Yeah. Oh, that's great, man. Well, man, this was really cool. I just wanted to say
Absolutely.
thank you very much for coming on the show.
Oh no, thank you, man. Thank you for even reaching out or even entertaining the idea of having me on. That's so cool.
Absolutely, man. This was really fun. And again, Girl Dad Grind on Instagram. There's Spotify. The YouTube page is the same, right? It's Girl Dad Grind.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it's all like Girl Dad Grind.
Okay.
On YouTube, or you can just search it on YouTube, and then even God forbid started TikTok. What the fuck's wrong with me?
You did TikTok too? Okay. Do you have any other social media accounts that people can follow? I think we probably nailed them all.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's all the ones. Like I try to just do the ones that people really seem to care about, whatever.
Right. No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I have a Facebook page and nobody.
Yeah,
Facebook
Facebook
too. Okay.
Yeah, but like I literally I don't know. It's like dead.
I was gonna say I feel like that's the one that you don't get a ton of interaction with versus Instagram, where it's nothing but interaction.
Yeah. Facebook is just I don't put a lot of effort into it because
Same.
there's not a lot of payback. Like I'll post stuff that I post elsewhere.
Mhm.
Like I'll make a video, I'm gonna post it on Instagram or TikTok, right? And I'll throw it on Facebook. But I always think, oh yeah, I didn't post it there yet. I should go do that.
Right.
Or
Well,
maybe YouTube.
If it brings one or two, more people over to the project or to what's currently going on, it only takes a second. It's worth doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it's easy. But
no, this was really cool. Just wanted to again say thanks for coming on the show, James. This was a good time. So This is James from Girl Dad Grind. Always, I am your co-host Adam. Thank you for listening to the show. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. Peace.